Hello, I'm Earl Gibbs, and welcome to Speaking of Everything. I have a very special guest with me on the program. But before you meet my guest, let me tell you about the people that make this program possible. There are two businesses in St. Martin. The Windward Islands Bank for all your banking needs. If you need a mortgage, car loan, whatever it is, check out the Windward Islands Bank in 3 locations: Phillipsburg, Simpson Bay, and in Cul-de-Sac. And also GEBE, the local water and electricity company. GEBE is serving St. Martin for over 6 decades. GEBE for all your water and electricity needs. And we're back here with a very special lady. Her name is Mrs. Patricia Flanders. How are you doing, Miss Flanders?
I'm fine, thank you, Mr. Gibbs.
Well, it's good to have you here in the program because you are really a remarkable lady. People talk about International Women's Day today, and what you've done as a lady in St. Martin is just amazing. And sometimes people don't realize it because they have like a whole new generation. But you started many years ago, and you're still doing it up to today, helping people, right?
Yes, that's for sure.
So you were born in St. Martin, right?
I was born here, yes.
Right. I asked that question because someone told me the other day, it's hard to find a person that was born in St. Martin. But I was born here, you were born here, we were both St. Martiners.
Yeah, I was born in St. Martin.
You go back a long way, and I remember when you became a commissioner.
Yes.
That was quite a while back.
That's quite a while back, since 1989, I believe it was.
Wow. And at that time, you also launched a very interesting organization that still exists today. However, I think most people don't know that you is the person responsible for the Business and Professional Women's Organization. If I'm making a mistake here, please correct me.
Well, Earl Gibbs, I would like to say good evening to the viewers. Yes, the Business and Professional Women, it was a lady by the name of Miss Erica McGuire. She came from the state, and I was a commissioner, so she came up to the office to find somebody that she could communicate and chat with. And with that, she's the one that introduced me to this Business and Professional Women. And she even went as far as to make certain that they were having a conference in the Bahamas. And that was in the month of October 1989. So I attended that conference in the Bahamas along with Beverly Hyman. I can't remember who else was there, but I know Beverly Hyman was one that went along with me. And I got an individual associate as a member of the Business and Professional Women. So that was March 18th of October 1989. And then on my return to St. Martin, reading up all on this important business and professional, I have decided to launch a program, so that people can know about it. And I invite a cross-section of people, from lawyers, judges, prosecutors, everything. Invite them to come, and Claude Watty was one day as well, and he was there also, and a few other men was among us there, and there we launched the Business and Professional Women. Out of that first meeting that we had, then we get together, all who want to become members of it get together, and they start to say, okay, they was interested, so we had a lot of members join up. And the first person that became the Business and Professional Women president was Nilda Adain.
Was she a lawyer at that time?
Yes, she was a lawyer.
Already a lawyer?
Yes,
okay.
I think she was
I know she was a school teacher in her earlier days. And,
I don't know
yeah,
but
she was the first president.
Yeah, she was the first vice president.
Okay.
I mean, not vice president, she was the first president. So long already, and so to go down all the list with everything, but we had a lot of different presidents as well. The last president was Linda Lake. she was the last president. And you know, when you bring an organization like this, where you meet hundreds of people, where you can go out and you can sit with those other women, somebody like it even more than you bring it, if I should say it like that. After a while, you start getting little bacchanals in the club, you know, whatnot. And whatever happened, I ain't going through all of that because I'm not even saying the right things, you know. But it happened like this, that Linda took it to the French side of the island, which you can do because seeing it is two different entities, you can go and open a chapter of business of professional women on the French side. You could go Anguilla, you could go anywhere else and do it. You could even open another business one once you have the people. That's not a problem. So that is what happened with this business and professional women. And then you, of course, who brought it, become like, nobody want to do much, you know. They want to take the glory. But for me, the glory you take doesn't matter because it still has someone who bring it here. And the only person that brought it here was I, Patricia Flanders, and Erica Maguire, who talked me into it. That's where it come about, and that way it was born.
And I think that is important. The reason why I think that's important is too often on St. Martin, we try to change history. We try to take the people out who are responsible for, in this case, you as the person responsible for bringing the business and professional women's organization to St. Martin back in, what, 1989?
1989.
And if we don't know our history, they will never associate you with that organization. And that, I think, is so unfortunate.
Well, you know, Mr. Gibbs, a lot of people will know that and a lot wouldn't know it because if you see this newspaper today, it says like it's only saying one person. But if I had to make something like this, I would have mentioned, you know, a few of the members that gone. Like I said, Nilda Adain was the first president. We had a Patricia Lawrence. We have a Jasmine Labega Bryan. There was many other people that could have been mentioned in this as well. I feel so. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel that way.
I
because you bring it along, we are talking about women who brought such a prestigious organization, business and professional women. We have traveled a lot. I meet a lot of different women across the globe. I went to Italy. I went to Kenya. I went as far as Australia.
Really? Wow.
And Japan. So with the business and professional, every 4 years they were doing something. I used to get a lot of mails, and about 2 years ago, before the hurricane, I get contact with some of them again, and I said, okay, I will start it back over. But when you look, hurricane come, everything get mashed up, COVID come in, mash up everything. So now I still get mail communication from them, but I don't do anything about it at this moment. But it was, I really talked to Felicia one day, and I said, Felicia, let's start back up this business and professional women, and we get some women on top of it. But when you get things like this happen, it slows down the pace.
So what happened is that you started, you brought it here in 1989, but then that chapter was taken across the border to the French side. Is that the case?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
You could take the chapter over there as well.
Oh, okay. So now on the Dutch side, there's no.
But on the Dutch side, no. What is bad that on the Dutch side where it started, there's nobody because the president was the last president. She took it to the French side, which is Linda.
Oh, okay.
She took it to the French side.
Okay. But you're a trailblazer as a lady.
Sorry?
You're a trailblazer. I mean, people don't realize the things you've done as a woman. You're a pioneer. In fact, you're the first female maitre d' in St. Martin. I don't think people know about that, and I spoke with you about that one time.
Yes, some people called me and they said they didn't know that I had so much function. I said, yes. I was maitre d' at the hotel. I was the first female, because you don't get women as maitre d'.
Right. And that was at Little Bay Hotel.
And that Little Bay Hotel.
That was a long time ago, right?
Very long time ago.
I see you look, you don't want to tell us what time. It was like 30-something years ago.
Boy,
or more than that.
More than that.
Yeah, but those were good days.
It was good, you know, up to today, I have people that's call me Metro. They don't call me Fancy. Metro. And when I'm in the seniors, I got Oslo, you call me Metro.
Yeah.
You know, because they are accustomed to call you that name, so they continue with it.
And you were one of the first female commissioners also, along with...
Yes, I was one of the first female, and the reason why, because when you're swearing in, I was the oldest one, so I become the first one.
Oh, and then it was also with you, Valerie Gittes-Pontifex?
Yeah, then it was Valerie and myself.
Yeah. So there again, both of you as women made history again to the St. Martin.
Well, I know sometimes people meet me and they say, you know something, you all may not have the education what the rest have, but you all had did a good job. I got that in many aspects from several people. You know, and sometimes you meet people on the road and they remind you and say, you know, when you was there, you was a good person. Because sometimes they tell me, I know you. I said, was I good? They say, yeah, when I came, I get help, and you was nice or whatever, and they would tell me things like that.
And that's important, because I remember a lot of people speaking about you as commissioner along with Valerie Gittes-Pontifex at what you all did in that short period of time.
We opened the doors. The first set of commissioners, besides me and Valerie and Dennis and Cyril, we opened the doors that everybody after that would work a full 8 hours, because we was working 8 hours. We used to be in the office all over the night because we are newcomers. We want to have do a good job, so you could always find us in the office late at night.
Yeah. So what happened to those that were there before, like Joe and I think it was Joe and Rennie?
Joe and Rennie was there before us.
They didn't have a full time or? They
had a full time, but I guess because you was new and certain things you want to catch up, that you will spend more time in the office, and they just spend a little time to know everything where they got to do.
They were experienced already.
So they was experienced already. You don't experience. You want it to be good, so you stay in the office and try to
catch up with everything. Yeah.
Try to catch up.
Yeah. So as a woman, do you think we on St. Martin treat women differently than say other places, because you always hear how they treat women? Is it any better for women here than anywhere else?
I find that I don't mind that if I don't get recognized, that's for sure, because it doesn't matter. I know I have a record there. But I find that at International Day of Women, and I don't want to hit nobody special, but I think it's a time that they should recognize the people, the women who work hard, especially during this pandemic and hurricane. Because I know, I saw so much lunches outside there. I carry out lunch. The only person recognized that what I did is the Honorable Governor, Eugene Holiday. He gave me a plaque. He gave a few of us a plaque because he know what you do. But the others, I think they should have a record. It's good to honor the people that work in the office for a long time and have the degrees. But you also have to look at the ones who went outside and helped the others as well. Because I know they maybe think about 8 women or something like that, but they have more than 8 women. You don't have to give them, if you can't afford to give them nothing, but just say, I honor you for all what you do for St. Martin, for the people. It would be very nice. Don't wait until the person gone and then you give it to them. Do it now while they are alive, so that when they die, they enjoy it, and the family who want to do what they want to do, the little leaflet they give them, fine. But you see it for yourself. And I think that would be nice if we as St. Martin, as a government or whoever, I don't want to hit no special government, but I think it would be nice if they will honor those people, because it wasn't easy during COVID. It wasn't easy during the hurricane.
And women play a very crucial role.
And to be truthful, I could tell you, I have it to show on pictures. I went all the way. I even have a letter that I got from them, so I could go over to Cold Bay to deliver food for members of the organization.
I mean, it's amazing because knowing you and all of it, I'm going to ask you a question I never asked you before. So, were you like one of those women, how should I say it? You know, they have these women who believe that they can do everything. They don't even want a man to open the door for them. I'm putting it very simple so that I don't want to use the red term, but you use.
No, it's true because women are supposed to be independent. You understand? But some women lay back and wait on the husband or whatever. And I think that we should not do that. We should be able to be capable enough to handle the affairs of the daily tasks. And if you want to take your husband or whoever along with you, it's fine. But if you have to wait some time on the man, his mind may not be what you want to do, so you have to take the initiative and do it.
Yeah. Yes. During your time, did you also work with Monica Apone and Sis Myers? Because they were also two pioneering women in Samar in terms of.
No, I didn't really work with Apone.
They were before your time, right?
I just was friends with him. With Apone, yes, I was friends with him.
But there's always this group of women in St. Martin, and today now, it's not like before. You know, we have you, and you're of a different generation, but if you look at the generation today, I don't see those women coming forward like before.
It is true because if I would talk a little bit about the home away from home. If I look at the home away from home members, you have members that I started off with 2003. They're still there. My eldest member make 100 years.
Wow.
And she still comes to the center off and on.
And that's also an organization that you started, right?
An organization I started.
For elderly.
For elderly. Yeah. And that's going pretty good, you know? So if you look at that time, the gene from the women is better than the gene of the women today. Sorry to say it that way, but
You're going to get a lot of women angry?
You know, they ain't going to get angry, I don't think so. But it is true because, as I tell them sometimes, you could depend when you open that center door, the women was always there. But now you have the younger set, don't look for them all the time. They're going to come. They're your members, they're going to come. But they're not going to be like the ones they had before. Because the ones before feel, it's my duty, I have to be there each time the door open, you know? Something like that.
Yeah. No, it's just amazing because, you know, knowing you and knowing all what you've done, you know, for St. Martin, for people, you're a unique person because you're very humble. You're not out there blowing your horn. I mean, I had to ask you about that to get you to speak about it.
It's just like during the pandemic, I give out in totally, you can say I deliver during that time over 375 baskets.
Wow,
I get donated. And up to some day, and I'm saying it because the fundraiser might hear it as well, they asked me why I don't try to get some more food stuff for them because the food was good.
Right.
I get fish, they get chicken, they get salt fish. They didn't really get the real canned stuff. They get those things that they had liked better.
Right.
And someday they tell me, but why you don't ask again? I said, well, are you really want that again? They said, of course, because it was a help to us, you know? And people are looking forward to that.
Yeah. No, you're just doing a great job. I'll tell you what, I got to go to a quick break, all right? So I'm going to come back and also speak some more with you right here in August Live. Speaking of everything, please stay with us.
In order to know what you want out of life, you need to observe, listen, and try it yourself. Promises, we can make it. If we work together, that's just how it is. Let's stand strong. Ooh. Working hard as one nation, yes we can. Oh, yes we can. The more difficult it is to achieve, the more satisfying it is to make it. Just believe in us, we'll see you through it all. Oh, never give up. Oh, never give up. We can make it. Never forget those who were there for you. And if you dream big, you might just achieve it. The power to serve, standing for community. OGB got the power to serve, the power to serve. We got the energy. OGB.
Make use of WIB mobile banking with easy access and direct usage of face recognition, PIN code, or fingerprint. Download WIB mobile banking app and make your transaction from anywhere at any time. For more information,
You're watching Speaking of Everything. I'm here with Miss Patricia Flanders. Miss Flanders is a very interesting lady, and she was the first matron in St. Martin, one of the first two lady commissioners, and the person responsible for bringing the business and professional women's organization to St. Martin. And you know, when you look at the work that women are doing, and the work that you have done as a woman in St. Martin, I don't think sometimes you all get the credit for the work you're doing.
You know, the credit you will get it from God. If you wait for credit from man, you may never get it. Whatever you do, you have to do it with a passion. That is something you love to do. Like I deal with seniors, it's a passion. A lot of times the seniors will tell me, I don't know how you does it, but believe you me, I can do it. That's I get from my seniors.
Yeah.
I cannot do that because you have the patience. I don't know how you does it. That's what it is telling me. But if you're dealing with seniors or anybody, you're supposed to have the patience to be able to do it. If you're not going to have the patience, then don't start, because if it wouldn't make sense just do something that you did not like. But I do enjoy being among them. It makes me feel young too. Don't be afraid if I'm with them, I might be looking old like an old lady too. But so I have to be glad I'm among them, and, you know.
Yeah, you're still looking young.
You know? So I am happy that I'm still here, still fighting with them, even though I have my issues. But
yeah. You know, as a woman and also as a politician, because I didn't mention that, but you're also a politician, do you think that women are too hard on women? The reason I ask that question is looking at International Women's Day, and sometimes the biggest obstacle to a woman is another woman, especially in the business, in the work environment.
believe you me, women are your biggest critics you have there. Because if it was not for you, I would not be here today to give my 2 cent word on International Women's Day. But some people know what I do, but they don't worry with that, you know? They don't think about it. And I find that you should honor women, and on these particular days.
Exactly.
It shouldn't have to be just a cluster, a little small cluster. It can be a lot of women. You don't have to give them nothing. Just honor them by saying so. Even give them a rose, something simple, and make it look good, you know? And honor them for what they do in the community of St. Martin, because it's a lot. It's a lot I have done. Believe you me, I don't brag on it. I let the people talk about it. But I know I do a lot.
I tell you, there's a new young generation coming up. They don't know, and that's why it's important for us to have these programs, and we're going to do more with other women. I've been trying to get your former colleague, Miss Valerie Gibbs in Pontiflet, but she's camera shy.
No, I had a chat with her. I chat with her sometime, and I said, Valerie, we as farmer commissioners, whatever you want to call us, we should make an organization so that people can respect us and know. Because you could walk in the building, nobody doesn't know you.
Exactly.
And you don't get help from nobody if you know the person, or the person know you, then you get help. But the young ones don't know you, and you should be known that when you walk a place, oh, that was a former commissioner, or that was a former governor, or something like that.
Exactly.
You should be honored, just like the United States honored their president. You should be honored in your country, but it doesn't happen in St. Martin.
I agree, because I did an interview with MP Ludmilla de Weaver yesterday, and after that, I was telling her the same thing, that we need to give the respect to people who held office on this island.
Of course, we need. Yeah. I was social. I was tourism. I was transportation. But nobody honor you or respect what you do.
Yeah.
You understand? Because nobody knows you.
Yeah.
There should be somewhere that somebody should know who handled these positions before.
Exactly.
Not when you come out of office, then you're like, nobody don't know you no more. Like I meet up Elaine, and I saw her that she got the honor from the minister Rudolph Samuel. And I was happy for her. She said, girl, I didn't even expect it. And she said, I was so happy because she said, I didn't get it when I did. I said, thank God.
No, you're right.
So it's saying that people do appreciate those little things, because you work in a place for years, you do things, and you would like people really, no matter what, to appreciate what you do.
It's just like Millicent de Weaver Lopez. She was the first female acting governor of St. Martin, I think, right?
First female acting, I can't recall her. I know she was a senator.
Yeah, and also acting. So all the things that people don't know.
Yeah, they don't know, because what happened, we're supposed to maybe get together and find some sort of way for people to know us, because nobody don't know Patsy Flanders, only the old time people.
Yeah.
And if you walk in a place now, they think you're an ordinary person. They wouldn't give you that respect. But if they know you, they will give you the respect that's due to you.
Exactly. Well, we give you that respect always here, and appreciate all the things you've done. I want to thank you for all the work you've done for St. Martin, and thank you for your service, because we definitely appreciate it and need more like you.
Thank you.
You want to add anything closing?
Thank you, Mr. Gibbs, for this opportunity. And I'd like to say, Happy International Day to all the women outside there, and I hope you all had a wonderful time.
All right, again, thank you.
And be safe.
Very good. Thanks a lot, and much success. Okay, and that's it for now. See you next time. Till then.